for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly. Thank you for joining us. The performance will begin shortly.
I'd like to make a withdrawal. If I would have worn this into a bank 2 months ago, like I did this week, I would have been arrested and maybe shot before he even got to the counter. Crazy times we're living in, folks. Welcome to the Kelly Music for Life broadcast studio. I'm Tom Kelly, and thank you for joining us. This is now the new uniform, the suggested attire for going out in public. You need a covering for your mouth and nose. You need a covering for your eyes and a hat. And starting tomorrow in Pennsylvania, it is required to wear a mask if you're going out in public. So thanks for joining us for the live stream from home. Tonight, we have a terrific Philadelphia blues artist, Deb Callahan duo, and Alan James, featuring Alan James. And opening is Havertown's own Owen Hartline. Please donate tonight. Please pay what you can. If you can't, understood. Just enjoy the show. If you want to make a donation, go to paypal.me/Kelly Music for Life, or you can go to our website, kellycenter.org, and click contribute. Our artists appreciate your generosity, and so do we. A couple of people have made donations already before we even got started. So let me just do a shout out to the folks who have donated: Eugene Hurwitz, Bernadette Eastlack, Jeff Menzel, Patty O'Donnell, Elaine Cascella, and Anne Marie Sanders. Thank you so much for your support tonight. As the room fills up, I want to share a few thoughts with you this week. We have people joining us on the stream now. Jean Shea, hospitalized with COVID-19 a couple of weeks ago, and Jean passed away yesterday. If you don't know Jean Shea, he was the Philadelphia Folk Show host on WXPN. And interestingly, earlier this week, the Philadelphia Folk Song Society mistakenly posted that Jean had passed. And the Inquirer ran a story saying he had passed. XPN's The Key confirmed it. It was a runaway train. The social media outpouring of tears and sorrows and memories was swift and sincere. And about an hour later, I saw Jean's good friend and my friend, John Flynn, reported that a family member had said to him, not so, Jean had not passed. So while there was a lot of embarrassment at first, anybody who knew Jean kind of smiled a little bit, I think. And the embarrassment became a little bit of joy. My buddy Michael Tierson said that this was the Inquirer's Dewey defeats Truman headline. But I first met Jean at the Philadelphia Folk Festival years ago, and I was helping Al Clay with iRadio Philly's live broadcast from underneath the main stage. And Jean was the MC. He's been the MC at the Folk Festival for years and years and years. And Jean would practice jokes on us, and he had an interesting sense of humor. Some of the corniest jokes you'd ever hear in the world, but the kind of jokes that were so bad they were good. But he had a terrific sense of humor, and I think that he would chuckle over his passing being greatly exaggerated. Our thoughts and prayers are with Jean and his entire family. All right, more people are arriving, checking in. Jerry Gonzalez is in the house, Peggy Murr, Matt, Jeanette. Thanks for joining us again for this broadcast. While a few more people check in, I want to also heap some praise and thanks to our front line in the COVID-19 battle. That's healthcare workers, first responders, workers at essential businesses. Thank you. And also our leaders. In times of crisis, it is not easy being a leader. I mean, in good times, it's not so tough at all. You know, you're cruising downhill with a tailwind, but when the wheels come off and you enter uncharted territory and your leadership and your decisions affects the lives and livelihood of others, it's really not fun. So I want to give some praise to people in leadership positions and the people making tough choices. The stress is real. Whether you're a small business owner or you're a nonprofit or you're a church leader, you're running a community organization, you're one of our local commissioners, managers, mayors, state governors, all the way up to the president, and all the way down to your house. You are the leaders. If you're a parent, children are looking to their parents for leadership and answers right now. It's a confusing time. Employees are counting on owners to lead them. We all need to step up and lead in some capacity right now, and it is not easy. There's no shortage of critics and second guessers out there, and if it turns out you misstep and you're wrong, there will be a long line of people ready to say, I told you so. So hang in there, leaders, friends, parents, small businesses, small business owners. Just do the best you can. All right, more people are logging in, and we've got a nice house here tonight, and hopefully it's going to grow. Please share this with your friends on social media. Let them know that we're getting ready to go. I'm going to bring in tonight's performers. Deb Callahan.
Hey.
And Owen Hartline.
Hello.
We're in the show. So thank you very much for being with us tonight, Deb and Owen. Is this your first live stream?
Mm-hmm. It is, yeah.
First live stream. Okay.
Yep.
We're all entering new territory here. Yep. In my case, old dogs learning new tricks, being the broadcast guy on the team here who's got to push all the buttons. There's going to be mistakes. I guarantee you there will be on my side. And being live, we're absolutely live. So, Deb and Owen, I wish you the best, and I'm sure it's going to be terrific. All right, I'm going to send Deb back to the green room for now, and keep Owen on the screen. Okay, like I said, it's live. Yeah. So, Owen Hartline, you are local Havertown guy.
Yes, sir.
WHHS. Were you involved in the radio station too at Haverford High School?
Yeah, even when I was still in middle school, my brother also graduated from the high school. So like way back in 7th grade, I was doing radio shows with him and helping him out. So been in there for a while.
Okay, and I think you were involved in the jazz program, the orchestra as well.
Actually, I didn't do any of our high school music programs. I was in tech crew for our theater. So I was doing the musicals in the fall and the spring every year, but I wasn't involved in any of the jazz bands or anything like that.
Okay. We know Owen from the Haverford Spring Fest. He played in a band that won the St. George's Battle of the Bands a couple of years ago, and we got to see them perform on Haverford Spring Fest stage on Brookline Boulevard last year. Since then, you have graduated and gone on to Berklee School of Music, yes?
Correct. Yeah.
So Berklee is a prestigious school. What does it take to get in there?
It takes a lot, honestly. A lot of people there are incredibly talented, and it's definitely one thing that the school looks for a lot is like a lot of dedication. They don't really just want people, like obviously they're always looking for talent and the future of the industry and whatnot, but it feels like a lot of times when they're looking for like I said, they're looking for that dedication and the kind of that spark that a lot of students have, or almost pretty much every student has there. Just the people who don't just sit around and say, oh, I really like listening to music, but the people who want to impact the industry and make a difference in what's going on moving forward with music.
And so why did you choose Berklee? I mean, what do you see for yourself in the future, Owen?
Now I'm on track to be studying production and engineering, hopefully in the future. So that'll be on the studio side of things, working with artists, mixing, mastering, and whatnot. So that's kind of where I'm hoping to go for it. Yeah, so that's what's in store for me, hopefully. And obviously I'm still performing and whatnot up there. I'm actually in a band. We just got started, so we don't have any music out yet, but we've written a few songs, so stay tuned for that. Okay, great. So you're gonna do an opening set tonight before Deb Callahan duo with Alan James is coming up next. But Owen's going to warm things up here with a set. I'm going to
turn the stage over to you. I'm going to drop out into the green room. And ladies and gentlemen, please warm welcome for Owen Hartline.
Thanks. Sister, can you hear me now? Ringing in your ear. Down on the ground, my luck's been dry for years. Lost in the dark, I feel like a dinosaur. Broken face and broken hands. I'm a broken man, and I've hit the wall. I'm about to fall, but I'm closing in on it. I feel so weak on a losing streak. Watch my taillights fade to black. I read about this girl, a story in her world, a story much like mine. She could be my Valentine, although we never met. I won't forget her yet. Cut herself off from her past, and she's alone at last. I feel so sick, lost love's last lick, but I'm closing down on it. I feel so weak on a losing streak. Watch my taillights fade to black. Lost my life in cheap wine, now it's quiet time. Cappy Dick nor Jesus Christ could not help my fate. I'm underneath a gun, I'm singing about my past. Had myself a wonderful thing, I could not make it last. I fit the wall, I tried to fall, but I'm closing in on it. I feel so small underneath it all. Watch my taillights fade to black. Watch my taillights fade. Watch my taillights fade. Watch my taillights fade. Cool. Thanks for coming out, guys. I see some Berkeley people in the chat over there. That's awesome. Cool. Thanks for coming out, guys. That's James from Louisiana, Abby from Orange County, California. Oh my gosh, this is the best. Thank you guys so much. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. And they don't love you like I love you. I won't leave you in the dark. Look above you, I will love you in the sunshine on the rock. I feel a cool breeze blowing through my beard, top down rolling on my back. I hear your heartbeat pounding in my ears, candy running down my neck. There's a bright light, blinding white light. You're like lightning across the sky. Please don't leave me in total darkness. I will bring you to the Sunshine Rock. We watch the fireworks in an open field and stay so late we miss the train. We grab a taxi on the busy street and race across the city once again. Like other stars that seem so far away, I'll be your astronaut. You know we won't get caught. We're headed straight into the Sunshine Rock. Oh yeah. The search to find a love that makes your life complete. Life is but a dance inside the power plant. So when the lights go down and people fade away, there is no second chance. There is no second chance. I'll reach into the sky, grab a shooting star, breaking it in two. I'll give my half to you. I'll be your astronaut. You know we won't get caught. We're headed straight into the Sunshine Rock. Oh yeah. Cool. Those first two songs. First one's from my dad, Buffalo Tom. That's Taillights Fade by Buffalo Tom. It's one of my dad's favorite songs. I can hear him clapping in the kitchen. And the second one, little Bob Mould. Dad's a big fan of them too. Trip McClatchy, if you're listening, that one was for you as well. I see Michael and also from Berkeley. Nice. Some Chicago. EJ as well. San Francisco. Aiden. That's from Virginia Beach. Oh my gosh, this is great. Thank you guys for coming out. I want to mention, as Tom was talking about in the beginning, some people had donated. Scrolling across the screen right now, you can see there's a donation link there, the paypal.me/Kelly Music for Life, or you can head over to the kellycenter.org website and do some donations there. It helps them keep running. These guys just opened right after I left for school, actually, so I unfortunately wasn't able to be in the venue at all still, given this virus and everything, but, you know, these live streams they're doing are really great. See my family in the chat. There you go. My Aunt Beth says, shout out to your family. Yes, shout out to my whole family. Thank you very much. So, yeah, like I was saying, if you guys can do some donations there, the PayPal link, also kellycenter.org, that would be awesome if you guys could get over there and send some money out for these guys to keep doing what they're doing and get the arts community booming as always. Whatsoever I feared has come to life. Whatsoever I thought of became my life. Just when every day seemed to greet me with a smile, sunspots have faded. Now I'm doing time. Now I'm doing time. I fell on black days. I fell on black days. Whomever I've cured, I've sickened now. And whomever I've cradled, I've put you down. I'm a searchlight, so they say. I can't see it in the night. I'm only faking when I get it right. when I get it right. I fell on black days. I fell on black days. How would I know that this could be my fate? How would I know that this could be my fate? So what you wanted to see good has made you blind, and what you wanted to be yours has made it mine. You lock up something that you wanted to see fly, hands are for shaking, not dying, no, not sighing. I sure don't mind a change. I sure don't mind a change. I sure don't mind, sure don't mind, sure don't mind the change. 'Cause I fell on black days. I fell on black days. I wanna know if this could be my fate. How could I know that this could be my fate? How could I know that this could be my fate? How would I know that this could be my fate? I sure don't mind the change. Yeah, it's a little Soundgarden in there. I got one more song for you guys tonight before Deb comes on. Very excited for her set. She's an awesome musician from the Philadelphia area here. Throughout that song, I saw some more family in the chat. Saw some more friends in the chat. Family friends as well. The whole gang is out here. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in for me and also Deb's set. As I mentioned before that last song, once again, there's a donation link on the bottom. I know Tom Kelly and all the employees there and everybody in the arts community here would really appreciate if you guys could give a donation to them so they can keep doing what they're doing now. So got one more song for you guys tonight. I'm numb. Yeah, woman, I can't feel a thing. Well, I'm numb. Yeah, woman, I can't feel a thing. She give me a hard time in the day, hard time at night. She can be so sweet till she wanna fuss and fight, 'cause I'm numb. Yeah, woman, I can't feel a thing. Well, I'm numb. Yeah, woman, I can't feel a thing. Ain't passing to the right, 'cause I am passing from the left. Burn the whole thing down all by myself, 'cause I'm numb. Yeah, woman, I can't feel a thing. Till I'm numb. Yeah, woman, I can't feel a thing. And that's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming out.
Owen Hartline, thank you very much, Owen. And one of the things that we like to do at Kelly Music for Life is give young folks like yourself an opportunity, whether it's at our festivals or on our stage at the Kelly Center, or this is our new stage right now while we're in quarantine. So, I'm grateful that we can give you this opportunity, and I encourage you to keep at it. All right.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it very much for the opportunity, Tom. Thank you.
Okay.
Very much.
Have a good night. Before we bring on Deb Callahan, I want to talk a little bit about arts organizations that are struggling mightily right now. Somehow trillions of dollars in government aid is now gone before we even had a shot at it. I had 2 Zoom meetings this week with leaders of hundreds of organizations that Kelly Music for Life is part of, the Delco Arts Consortium and the Philadelphia Cultural Alliance. And these are groups that include institutions like the Barnes Museum, the Upper Darby Performing Arts Center, Wilma Theater, Rose Tree Park, Brandywine River Museum, Philadanco, Delaware County Symphony, and many, many more. Now the thing that we're finding with Zoom meetings is that can be a little scary, as you can see people's faces. Normally at these meetings, when things are going well, there's smiles and people are happy to talk about all the great work that they're doing. Right now there's fear, and some of it is paralyzing to some of these folks. Some are canceling entire seasons, and they're fearing permanent closure. Even after the quarantine orders are over, and you're saying, how long will it take before the general public feels comfortable coming to a theater or going to a ballet or to festivals or concerts, especially older folks? So the future is uncertain for arts organizations, and Kelly Music for Life is one of those arts organizations. Our music and arts community venue in Havertown, the Kelly Center, remains closed. The New Avenue Cafe inside the Kelly Center is closed. What that means is no story time for children, no Sunday over easy brunch music programs, no teen coffee houses, no drama club showcases, no art displays, no evening ticketed shows, no income streams for our organization or our artists, but plenty of bills still to pay. If we hope to survive, we will need you to help us. And that's why we're doing this live stream from home, to help us continue our mission to bring great music to you and to help our artists through it. So please make a contribution if you can. Pay what you can. You can donate at paypal.me/Kelly Music for Life, or go to our website, kellycenter.org, and click on the contribute link. Our artists appreciate your generosity, and so do we. A few people have made contributions. Thanks to Sherry for compiling these as they come in. Bonnie Baines, Jeanette DeLuco, James Jolly, Emily Jean, Peggy Murr, Rachel Coates, Boulder View Consulting, Cindy, Robert McClatchy. Is that Trip McClatchy? I never knew your name was Robert. Maureen Foy, Laura Nkoji, Mary Hartline, Harlan Rosenthal, Richard Buxton, and Peter Coyle. Thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it. And now I'd like to bring Deb into the picture. Hey, Deb. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for coming over tonight.
This is
we haven't had anybody over in like a month. It's been really quiet over here.
So tell us what you have been busy touring and playing for quite a bit, and suddenly a month ago the plug got pulled. So what are you doing with yourself?
Well, so we probably weren't touring over the winter that much. That tends to be our quieter time, summer, fall, that kind of stuff. But we had some gigs scheduled, and of course they all got canceled. So Alan, what have you been doing? He's been watching movies, trying to practice his guitar, but he had a little hand injury, unfortunately. So he didn't get to do as much of that as he would like. I've been hanging out with Elijah, my 9-year-old son, who's got, being homeschooled now, via the internet. And my mom lives with us, so we've all been hanging out. And you might know that I'm a clinical social worker too, so I've still been meeting with people online. Everything's online, right? Meetings and everything. So
good. So
people who, I guess, of this time at home.
We have some new people tuning in, maybe seeing you for the first time. What can you tell us about the Deb Callahan Band, which is what you usually play? I mean, right now we're kind of restricted on how many people we can put in your house.
Right. By the way, shout out to Gary Lee, who usually plays bass with us, and Tom Walling on drums. They're not with us tonight, but we're thinking about you guys. So the Doug Callahan band, yeah, those two guys, and Alan James on guitar. I sing and write songs, and we've been playing around the area for about 20 years, a little over 20 years now, and we have 5 CDs out. A lot of original material, kind of bluesy, soul, rock, kind of a mixture. Not straight ahead blues, but kind of mix up a little all of those things, R&B, gospel. Yeah, we play. I mean, I've gone through periods where I was touring quite a bit, and the last bunch of years not as much, involved in raising our lovely son. So um, yeah, but we play a lot around the tri-state, area for sure, and make little trips. We were out in California a couple times over the last few years for various gigs, and we traveled down to Florida last summer and Georgia, and Tennessee. I know someone's out there in Tennessee tonight watching us. So
Good.
yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you live. I think the last time I saw you, you were on stage at the Philadelphia Folk Festival a few years ago. Looking forward to getting you back on stage and looking forward to having you at the Kelly Center as soon as possible. This show was supposed to be with the entire band at the Kelly Center, but because it's closed, we're here. So thank you so much for agreeing to do this and for performing for us tonight. And I'll turn the stage over to you, ladies and gentlemen, Deb Callahan.
Thank you. All right, we're going to start off sending you all a little bit of love. This one's called Big Love. I never felt love like this before. Your love busting up the door to my heart, filling up the cracks some more each day. Oh, this kind of love won't go away, yeah. Like a big love running down the track, big love like a heart attack, big love bigger than the sun, big love my heart come undone. Mama got a new love and it feels just right. It's like a souped up trick out blinking Carol John on mine, yeah, yeah. Take me to a new place I'll never be. Feels so good to know it feels so sane, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's like big love run down the track, big love like a heart attack, big love bigger than the sun, big love my heart come undone. I can see you, I can see you in my dreams. Oh, I've been thinking of you, but how much your love means. All right, thank you. Welcome to our house. Like I said, we haven't had anybody over in like a month, so it's really great to have you guys hanging out with us. I do have two people live. It's a live show here with my mom, Cynthia, and my son, Elijah. They're watching over here on the couch. This, of course, is Alan James playing electric guitar over here with me. So that song was from our CD Sweet Soul, and this is another one. It's a little song about traveling and something that none of us are really doing. I know I pretty much had the same tank of gas as I had about three or 4 weeks ago, which is pretty rare for me, usually traveling around with the band and doing gigs. But this song was written a few years ago when I was down in Florida. A few years, I guess it's going back now a while, a few years after I had Elijah, we were on tour with the band at this really great place called the Bradfordville Blues Club in Tallahassee. And, you know, it's a great club. If anyone's watching from Tallahassee, shout out to you guys. But that night, all I could really think about was just getting back to Elijah and getting back to Philadelphia. This was called 7 States Away. Down in Tallahassee, I got a show to do. Joy is really jumping, somehow I got the blues. They're flying off some catfish, bonfires going strong. I'm in the sunshine state, ain't no sunshine when it's gone. 7 states away, till I get back home to you. Well, I'm driving through Savannah, heading north I-95. Got no time for stopping. Georgia's not what's on my mind. There's history and romance. It's just on the tree, but I'm blind to everything. Till I see my sweet baby, I got 6 states away. Till I get back home to you. I got 6 states away. Till I get back home to you. I can't wait to see you smiling. Whoa, the sweet things that you do, yeah. Well, they say I should visit South Carolina just one time. Smiling faces, beautiful places, nothing more sublime. Myrtle Beach, Medessa, with the palm trees and nice weather. Charleston has its charm, I can skip it all together. Got 5 states away till I get back home to you. Well, the sign says North Carolina, known for first in flight. I'm thinking about some barbecue, cause I know they do it right. Smoky Mountains, Chapel Hill, all I might find. I'm gonna cruise on through till I get back home to mine. Now 4 states away till I get back home to you. I got 4 states away till I get back home to you. I can't wait to see you smiling. Oh, all the things that you do, baby. Virginia is for lovers, that don't mean a thing to me. They may have those Blue Ridge Mountains, but not my sweet baby. They got rolling up in Richmond, if you want a major city. I can't imagine nothing but my baby looking pretty. Got 3 states away till I get back home to you. Well, the state of Maryland's got so many treasures, from Annapolis to Baltimore. Whatever is your pleasure, Phil's part and bluegrass are calling out my name. I'm gonna keep on moving. Thank you just the same. Got 2 states away till I get back home to you. Oh, I got 2 states away till I get back home to you. I can't wait to see you smile. All the things you do, yeah. Well, the signs are done today. No first in flight. Nothing about some bottom, They got Bethany and Rahul. If you want a piece for playing, I can tell you, baby, I got a word stay away till I get back home to you. Well, I'm getting real excited. Wanna call you on the phone. I'm at the Pennsylvania border, almost at home. I see Philadelphia rising, shining like a jewel. You know I miss your kisses so much, grinning like a fool. I got on a day that I made it on home to you. Yeah, yes. Well, I'm gonna see my baby, love him the way I wanna do. Yeah, yeah. Don't you know I should have stayed so way I made it on to you. Yeah. Ooh, apologies to Delaware. I kind of screwed up that line about Delaware. I love going to Delaware. You know, it's been 2 months since we had a live gig. That one has a lot of verses, so sorry about that. It's really great to have you guys tuning in. Thank you guys for coming over tonight. I really, really hope everyone's doing okay. It's definitely a really challenging and crazy kind of time for people in different ways. I hope you guys are staying healthy and that your friends and family are staying healthy. My heart goes out to anyone who's dealing with someone who lost a family member or someone who's sick. I know that's really scary. I think particularly in New York City, many of us have friends up there, you know, have been worried about them. And also just a shout out to all the people on the front lines, as Tom said earlier, I think healthcare workers and all the people that are at the Acme every day when I go there. Thank you all for all your help in this crisis. So music is a good way to get through, so we're glad we can hang out with you guys tonight. This is a song from our Grace and Grit album. It's called Carry Me. Once again, the fabulous Alan James, New York born, but adopted Philadelphia as his city many, many years ago. Played with many iconic bands. Here he is from the Mount Airy living room tonight. Keep your eye on the Lord. Keep your eye on the wall. Don't look to the left or the right. You'll regret it all. Mama's crying out on the back porch. Daddy's pacing down by the road. I'm just tired of staying real quiet. Heart's beating fast, it's about to explode. shining bright and sweet. Only the river knows my secret. Won't let it carry me. I gotta get on down to the river. Gotta lay down in the street. I will feel the cold, clean water. Gonna let it carry me. Oh, yeah. Gotta get on down to the river. Gotta way down in the street. I've been waiting all these years. Gonna let it carry me. Let it carry me. All right. Thank you. Thank you all very much. So we're gonna invite I'm gonna invite Elijah up here tonight. He's making a cameo. Hey everybody, you want to stand over here or want to stand in the middle? Okay, that's cool. Okay. So tonight I'm going to be dedicating the songs to a few people. I want to send this one out to my stepmom, Kathleen Caroni, because she's a fabulous lady and she's having a birthday today. And she also is good with a credit card. I mean, she's real good with a credit card, right? So I'm going to send this one out to you. It's called, and I'm not saying you're the only one that's good with a credit card because I'm good with a credit card too. So this one's called The Credit Card Blues. We're going to have Elijah here on the tambourine. We can give it a focus for Elijah James. I got this little piece of plastic sitting right here in my pocket. Oh, it promises me the world, and I don't leave home without it. Some days I have no money, there's no cloud in the sea. A little piece of plastic like a sugar daddy to me. Ooh, my face begin to color. Hard to breathe. I get so excited, you know I'm weak in the knees. I don't have a drinking problem. Oh, I don't need nothing in my days. When I walk past that store, all that shiny stuff calling my name. Oh yeah, I got the credit card blues. It's the American way. Oh yes, I got the credit card blues. It's the American way. Oh yeah, why save for tomorrow? You can just charge it up today. That's right. Howdy, James. Well, I'm feeling that I had. What a fun day. I got this little piece of plastic. What a fun day. I've been living in the morning. Oh, but I know that it was true. I got a little piece of plastic turning on my whole life free. Yeah, I got the credit card blues. Yeah. It's the American way. Oh, yes, I the tambourine. If you think he is good on the tambourine, you gotta watch him on the soccer field or on the baseball field, basketball. All right. Thank you, Elijah. Debut appearance on the tambourine. I think he's got a future.
You want to see what people are writing?
I think he's going to post that one for his third grade class. What is it called? Flip grid? Yeah. Yeah, how much time for time? Let's see.
Somebody says, can you play?
Oh, food on the table. Who requested that?
Deborah Davis Dietrich, I think.
Oh, okay, all right. From Virginia.
Might have pronounced wrong.
All right. Well, we might be able to do that one. I think we'll check with Alan on that one. So, there's been a lot of during this time that we've all been under quarantine. We really haven't been going out very much. I don't know about you guys, but we've been taking it pretty seriously. Really not going out. And there's been a lot of loss, in the country. There's been a lot of. I just want to pay homage to a couple of people. You obviously can't pay homage to everyone, but this really goes out to anyone who's lost someone, or to all the folks that we've lost in this country and around the world. But I particularly want to do something by Mr. Bill Withers because he was just an amazing songwriter and singer and performer, and just want to give him a shout out. He passed away, I'm losing track of time, a week or two ago now. This is one of his iconic tunes.
And what's the title?
Oh, Sunshine. Ain't no sunshine when he's gone. It's not warm when he's away. Ain't no sunshine when it's gone. It's always gone too long. Every time he goes away. Wonder this time when he's gone. Wonder if he's gonna stay. Ain't no sunshine when it's gone. He's always gone too long. Anytime he goes away. I know. Oh, you're gonna leave your thing alone. Ain't no sunshine when he's gone. When you've done this every day. Ain't no sunshine when he's gone. He's always gone too long. Anytime he goes away. Anytime he goes away. Anytime he goes away. Anytime, 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 anytime he goes away. Anytime he goes away. Anytime, anytime he goes away. Anytime he goes away. Thank you.
Someone has it. I think it's is Angel from Montgomery.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, I can't see all the requests because I'm kind of over here, but I'm trying to get Elijah to look at them. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you don't know us, I'm Deb Callahan. This is Alan James, a Philadelphia artist. Glad you guys are tuning in. Thank you. I know I have some friends around the country that have told me they were tuning in tonight. So thank you all for doing that. Should we try this one? Sometimes, yeah. So sometimes I like to do things on the edge a little bit. Hopefully, you guys will bear with me. I had this idea of a song that I've never done before, but just thinking about who I wanted to send a shout out to and pay respects and love to. We lost a friend, and many in the music community know him very well. A guy named Lee Schusterman passed away within the last month, and I'm not sure because we're not able to have large gatherings, but how he was honored. But I do want to try to do this song, and I'm probably going to screw it up. But I really think whenever I would go into the Dawson Street pub, there was two things I always remember Lee doing. One was the Snoopy, Christmas thing on the piano. Lee played piano. And the other one was Bill Withers' "Use Me Up." So I'm definitely going to use my paper here. Let's see if I can sing it. But just want to send out love to Lee. He was a beautiful man who was funny and caring and a really good musician. So send it out to all of us who knew Lee and loved him. I loved him. My friends, there is their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me all you want to do is use me. I know all that use me stuff. I won't spread the news that if it feels as good being used, I want to keep on using me. Till you use me up. Oh, my brother, oh yeah, sit me right down and he talked to me. Oh, he told me, yeah. But I'm not allowed to let you just walk on me. And I'm sure he meant well. Oh, but when I talk what's true, yeah. Oh, I said, brother, if you only knew, you wish we were in my shoes. Oh, I'm gonna keep on using me. Oh, to use me up. Oh, it's true, yes, sometimes there's a really do abuse me. Oh, you give me a crowd of high-class people now, and then you talk real rude to me. Oh, and my baby, 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 when you love me, I can't get enough. Oh, yeah. I want to spread the news that if it feels this good thing you. I want to keep on using me. Till you use me up. Oh, till you use me up. Back in the back, I see you right. So ain't nothing, get out of my bed, but I so ain't using you the way you do it too. The way you use me up. Once again, I said this at the beginning of the program, but I want to give a shout out to Gary Lee out there. I don't know if you're out there watching, but we love you. We're thinking about you and our drummer Tom Welling. And it's a tough time for musicians. All our gigs have been canceled. So and like many people, right? It's like the largest amount of unemployment filed, I think, in a long, long time. So it's a tough time.
Song request.
Yeah, song request.
Bob Dietrich says, "How about I keep things running?"
Oh, good one, Bob. Okay, Virginia's in the house. Okay, somebody suggested this one, and I was going to do it anyway. So, again, in keeping with passings that have happened in the last month, John Prine wrote this song, and then he passed away in the last. I'm losing track of time, but last month, and it happens that our dearly beloved folk guru in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, Gene Shea, passed away last night. And Gene was a beautiful man also, and I want to send this out to him and of course to John Prine who wrote the song. If you want to find out more about Gene Shea, I will go to wxpn.org, and I'm sure they have stuff. Okay. And it says no solo. I am an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child is grown old. The dreams were thunder, lightning was desire. So house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living. Such a hard way to go. When I was a younger girl, I had me a cowboy. Yeah, must look at just a free random man. Well, that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, those tears just roll back like broken down. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to believe in this day. Such a hard way to go. Spies in the kitchen, I can hear all buzzing. I ain't seen nothing till I woke up today. How the heck can a person go to work in the morning and come home in the evening and nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living. It's a hard let it go. Make me an angel to fly from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to believe in this living. The heart let it go. Yeah. Oh, believing in this living is just a so hard way to go.
Coach Adrian is watching.
Coach Adrian's watching. Shout out to Blue Lightning Soccer.
Adrian Stanley.
Yeah.
And Elise Mendelson.
Elise Mendelson. Hey, girl.
She says, if you're taking requests, don't know if you already did, but how about some Aretha?
Aretha.
Or your favorite song, either way.
What do you think about food on the table or I keep things running? What about I keep things running? So I'm working it out with the maestro. Is there anyone you want to say give a shout out to? I'm trying to let him give him the mic. I'm not trying to be a mic hog, but I'm going to shout out 4 Allens at Ronnie James. His brother is out there in Nevada. Who am I saying hi to? Anita in Saipan. What's up? If you made it to the broadcast. Yeah. All right. So we're trying to hook up something for Bob and Deborah, yeah, teacher in Virginia. So Alan forgets food on the table for the moment, but and some things are hard to do, honestly, without our fantastic rhythm section. But this one is off the Sweet Soul album, and one of you guys requested it, so this one is called I Keep Things Running. I keep things running, that's what I do. If you want something done, I'm gonna go to. I'm in the know. I'm gonna show. I get the way. I never hesitate. I get up. I get it done. I plug it in. And I make things run. I make things run. I'm a summer ad Vito, and you know it's true. I've been multitasking, for you know what to hit you. I snap my fingers, I wave my wine, I'm a cleaner. I get it gone, I hook it up, I get it done, I plug it in, I make things run, I make things run. And I get things done. Things running is what I do. If you want something done, I'm gonna go to. I'm in the know. I'm gonna show. I carry the way. I never hesitate. I hook it up. I get it done. I plug it in. I make things run. I make things run. I keep things running, and I get things done. I got my mojo working all night long. I'm gonna rock you right, baby, from dusk to dawn. I'll work you over, you won't know what's good. You'll be smiling all day, how'd you get such love? I look it up, I get it done. I plug it in, I make things run. I make things run. I plug it in, I fill it up, and I make things run. I make things run. I keep things running. I write songs, I heal the hurt, I pay the bills, I keep things running. I work the road round, I make it fun, I get it done. I keep things running, I keep the schedule, I drive the bus, I'm on the bus. I keep things running, I keep things running. Ooh. I totally forgot the bridge on that song. We didn't practice that one, but okay. But thanks for requesting it. That is I keep things running from our Sweet Soul CD. I guess a plug for a couple of things. We got some CDs for sale too. If you wanna either email me or go to my website and you can buy them on PayPal. And also, hold on. I guess you're seeing it streaming, but you can if you want to make a donation to the musicians here tonight and the Kelly Center, it's paypal.me/Kelly Music for Life. I know it's streaming now, so you guys can see it. Thank you, guys. Did something you want to say?
Adrian, Coach Adrian says, Alan is great on the guitar, and he says Mary loves the picture in the background.
That's funny. This is funny. You get like live comments while you're doing it. Alan's great on the guitar. Yes, let's all give a round of applause for Alan on the guitar. And the picture in the background, so it's a Vietnamese artist from Atlanta. And I can tell you her name. I honestly forget how to say it right now, but I'll tell you what it is, who it is. I think we have time for a couple more songs. Yeah. How about you want to do? You want to do Sun Is Rising, or we can get together? We can get together. Or Sun Is Rising. Alan's picking this one. This is from our Tell It Like It Is CD. It's called The Sun Is Rising. The sun is rising on another day, chasing my blues, burning the night away. It's so long waiting, but I can't make up my mind. I've been looking everywhere, see something, nothing I can find. I can't take it, don't want that. Somebody, oh, gotta help me find. Somebody gotta show me. Oh, you gotta help me, somebody gotta show me the way. So many nights I lie awake in bed, I can't seem to figure out, am I alive? Everybody knows it. I'm the only one. I'm the lesson Lord. Everything was all wrong. Keep on walking. All the streets all look the same. I'm all alone. Nobody knows my name. It's just as in the air, like devils in the sky. Oh, they're ready. Oh, I'm gonna have my I can't take it. Don't want it. Somebody, Lord, gotta help me now. Somebody gotta show me. Oh, Lord, you gotta help me somebody. Somebody gotta show me the way. Somebody gotta show me. Somebody gotta show me. All right, thanks everybody.
Owen says happy belated birthday. I mean Easter.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for all the birthday or Easter wishes. Yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight. I think that gigs are going to be like this for a while. I know it's really tough because we just don't know what's happening, right? It's hard to plan our lives, and we just got to do the best to kind of stay safe, stay healthy, and support one another. Want to do anything we can say together? Just want to shout out to my friends in New England and Maine. I know one of my friends from California is watching tonight. Thanks, Anne-Marie, for tuning in. The title of the song is We Can Get Together. Hopefully we can get together sometime soon, all of us. Baby, let all the sky on the world, honey, Anytime you want. Just wait till I'm back in town, yeah. I'm gonna give you a call. We're gonna dance around all night, yeah. Until we both come out. You know that we can get together, baby. Anytime you want. You know that we can get together, baby. Anytime you want. You know that we can get together, baby. Anytime you want. We can get together, baby. Anytime you want. Anytime you want. Anytime you want. Anytime you want. Oh, anytime you want. Anytime you want. Anytime you want. All right, thanks everybody. Maybe we'll do one more song here. That's cool.
Aaron Howard says, much love from Aaron and Frank from Pittsburgh.
Ooh, okay.
By way of Tallahassee.
Okay. I'm looking at all your comments. Thank you, guys.
Adrian Stanley says he had the best day of 2 weeks.
That's great. Cheers, everybody. I'm drinking a little bit of wine now. I don't really like to drink too much when I'm singing because it kind of dries out my throat, but I do have a little bit. Again, I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Let's see. I usually like to ask for the closing song. Do y'all want to hear something up or something down? But usually people want to hear something up. So what do you think, Al? I mean, a doctor or Love the Life I Live. All right. This isn't on Muddy Waters too, but I heard the great Owen before he passed away recorded a great version of this, and it kind of sparked my interest in this song. It's called "Love the Life You Live." I hope you guys do the best you can to love your life right now. It's not easy, I know, for a lot of you. See you watching me like a hawk. I don't mind the way you walk, but if you touch me, something's gotta give. I live the life I love, and I love the life I live. If you see me and you're walking by, don't worry about me, just let me go. Sweet life ain't nothing but a thrill. I live the life I love, and I love the life I live. My diamond ring and my money too. Tomorrow night they could belong to you. The man wrote me and then we. I live the life I love, and I love the life I live. You might put 1,000 on a bet this time. Tomorrow night, you can't cover your dime. Tomorrow night, maybe over the hill. Just wanted to know, baby, how I feel. Now if you see me and you think I'm wrong, don't worry about me, just let me go. Tomorrow night, maybe over the hill, I live the life I love, and I love the life I live. I'll take every day you got. Oh, I wanna live my life, yes. I gotta love my life, live my life, love my life. I'll take everything you got. I wanna live my life, love my life, Thank you, everybody. Alan James on the guitar. I was Elijah on the tambourine. You want to make a brief appearance? Hey, cameo by Elijah. Thanks, Elijah.
All right, Deb Callahan with Alan James and Elijah on tambourine. I hope that felt as good as it sounded and looked, Deb.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Thank you guys for all coming into our. This is actually like our upstairs study den kind of area because as Tom knows, our Wi-Fi wasn't working that well in our actual living room. So
We went through a few sound checks, but
Yeah.
it all worked out great. Thanks for your patience with us as we got into this new thing here. But I think you're right. We may be in this for a little while, so I kind of think we might have to get used to this. But this was terrific, and I really appreciate you and Alan being part of this. I'm going to bring Owen Hartline back on because I want to thank a list of people, and you guys probably know some of these folks. Mary Fitzgerald says, thank you, Deb and Alan, for sharing your amazing talents. Ellen Skilton Sylvester says, Deb Callahan is the best. Anthony Buford, Robert James, Greg Spots. Hey, Spots. Tony and Lisa Yacovelli, Gary Soretsky, Greg Davis, Catherine Clark, Elise Mendelson, and Chirp Clarity. Thank you all for your contributions tonight. And I want to do a final thanks to everybody who tuned in tonight, everybody who made a contribution. On the technical side, thank you to Matt Santry for the program help. Also, thank you to Paul Kelly for sound check assistance, Sherry Kelly for staying on top of the donations tonight, and especially our performers, Owen Hartline, and especially Deb Callahan and Alan James and Elijah. We hope to see you in the Kelly Center very, very soon.
Anything we can bring in.
Kelly Music for Life. I'm Tom Kelly. Everybody, please stay safe.
All right, thank you all. Good night. Hope we'll see you sometime soon. Go to our
Thanks,
website
guys.
if you want to find out what will be next. It's debcallahanband.com. Peace.
Coach Adrian said that was awesome. When's the next show?
Oh.
I gotta tell you, I thought you guys were terrific. And you know, I think it was one of the best concerts I've ever heard because it was softer.
And Mary
without the
says,
other
I
players
think
either,
you
I think
mean
you're
3
great. I do
months,
think
not
you're great.
3 weeks.
Alan, I could
Oh.
really appreciate your guitar playing even more
Yeah.
because I could really hear it.
Well, most of them were
And
okay. Some of them
I
were.
at
Well,
least
I mean, I don't have an
said,
educated
how
ear,
about some
but I do
Led
have an ear that
Zeppelin?
appreciates. You know, if that guy
Yeah.
had it started, I never heard anything.
So,
Still on, yeah.
you know, I don't know, he likes to give people